Hi, I'm Rochelle, and welcome to the Coaching Closet, where we help you embrace your beauty from the inside out. I'm going to show you my closet, and I absolutely love it. Today, we're talking about friendships. If you haven't seen the original video where I give you a tour of this closet and tell you why I love it so much, go back and watch that video. And please subscribe and share with your friends and hit the bell so you can see all the videos coming up each week. Friendships. I don't know if you've heard the saying that friendships can be for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. When I was growing up, we moved around an awful lot. In fact, I ended up going to 4 different junior high schools. And that's probably the worst time in your life to move around 4 times, when you're going through puberty and it's super awkward stage. But, I had to make friends quickly, so I did learn to do that. And later in life, it served me well, but it was really, really difficult at the time. So, friends for a reason. Friends for a reason can be friends that you meet through other people. Like you might be at a party or another friend's house and you meet them through there, or you're at school and you meet them because you're in the same class, you're in the same subject, you're in the same activity. Maybe you're in college and you're studying the same thing, you're in a study group together. Maybe you're in a Facebook community. These days, a lot of people are in those, and then you end up meeting in person and you share common things together. So you end up helping each other out or doing something together. Maybe it's like a event that you attend together that was originated on Facebook or originated in a meetup group or something like that. Those friendships are really, really great. And sometimes they can end up being lifelong friendships. You can end up having a great connection and you really hit it off, and those are amazing friendships. And then there's seasonal friendships, what I call them. Sometimes we don't really realize they're going to be seasonal friendships, but friendships that are for a season of our life. Maybe it's a childhood friend or a friend you knew later in life, midlife, that you look back and it was just for a season of your life, like a college friend or someone that you were friends with when you were raising your kids when they were young. Maybe you both had young children at the time. I know I've had friends like that. For me, having moved around a lot, I had friends in this one area where I lived, and then the next place I lived, I had those friends, and then the next place I lived, I had those friends. Maybe you lived on the same street for a while, or in the same neighborhood or area or town. Then when you move on, you might have the best of intentions to keep in touch, or, back in the day, we didn't have social media. We had to write snail mail, and I did actually keep in touch with friends, and now am in touch with some friends, and even seen them as adults. But it's just not the same as having a close connection. So you might have the best of intentions, and yet you're still not really maintaining the friendship as you wanted to. So it's really a friendship for a season. And then there are those really rare friendships that are for a lifetime. And a lot of times these friendships, they do start off when you're really young, or they might be, when you're growing up, as you're getting older, maybe the teen years, college years, and you really share some important times in your life when you're growing. You continue to grow together and you continue to bond over important life events. Maybe you get married, you have kids, and that friend is always there in those important times. I have friends like that we've shared really important times together, and we've continued to see each other, even if it's every few years, every 5 years, and we still have that bond. And it's kind of like you say, you pick up where you left off. And those friends are very dear to me. Friends I've had since I moved back to the United States, because I lived overseas. And we really we connect every single time we get back together, and we keep in touch on the in-between times. So those are the lifelong friends that are really, really special. And a lot of times those friends are family members, maybe a cousin or even a sibling or something like that. So we're going to talk about healthy friendships and what it means to have a healthy friendship, and also how to move on when a friendship does, play play its course or run its course, and you have to let it go because that can be difficult. But stay tuned to the end where I share with you one of my favorite products. You don't want to miss that. Signs of a healthy friendship. One sign of a healthy friendship is respect. And this might seem like a no-brainer, especially if you have a friend that you've had for a lifetime, that's since childhood. You might have developed some unhealthy habits in the friendship that are childish. So you want to make sure that as you grow up and as the friendship develops, that your ways of being with that friend also develop and mature along with the friendship. You want to have respect for that friend. You want to have the respect that that friend is an individual, that they do respect your right to be an individual and your right to have your own thoughts and opinions that are separate. You know, it goes both ways. And also that they can have their own friendship circles. So if there's any possessiveness there, if there's any kind of guilt tripping for you having other friends or spending time doing other things separately or planning things with other groups of friends, then that's really something that needs to be addressed in a friendship. Respect just is very, very important. And at the same time, you want to have some sort of prioritizing in the friendship. Whereas you don't have to do everything together, there should be some sort of priority there where when you need something or there's a huge event that's coming up, like weddings or having a baby, you know, a baby shower or something very important to you in your life, that friend would prioritize that event over something more minor that should be expected of that friend. And you would be expected likewise to do that. And this isn't just for lifelong friends, this is for any friendship. Friendships, you want to have trust. You want to be able to trust your friend that you can confide in them, that you tell them something, and if you ask them to keep it to themselves, that they will do that. And you will not hear about it from someone else, that they can really respect and keep things in confidence between the two of you. That's really what a friendship is based on, is trust. That's just a really healthy sign. If you don't have that, then you really don't have the friendship that you think you have. And investment, this kind of goes along with prioritizing, is that the friend is willing to invest in you, invest time, invest in, you know, what's important to you in life, and that it's equal. So if you find yourself always being the one to reach out or always being the one to suggest that you get together, or, you know, you're always texting, you're always calling, you're always being the one that's, you know, doing the reaching out, then maybe you need to evaluate what's going on. Or there are times that the friend might be going through something difficult and you need to ask if they're okay. Or just say, hey, you know, I really miss you. Is there some way I can help you? Is everything okay? There might be a misunderstanding there, or there might be something going on where that person is having something in their life that's causing them to withdraw from the friendship. So another thing is growth of the friendship. There are times where one person will outgrow a friendship. They're just moving in a different direction, and it's not the fault of either person. It's not that one person isn't as good as the other person. Maybe someone is doing something completely different than the other person and they can't relate to each other anymore. They're not in alignment. Maybe their values aren't in alignment anymore. The things they like to do aren't in alignment anymore. Maybe someone settled down and have a family and the other person's really career driven. Neither one of those things are bad in and of themselves. They just don't have the commonalities that they used to share. So you can outgrow a friendship, and you may stay in touch. You may even get together once in a while, but it may change the friendship. So it doesn't mean the friendship has to end. So those are kind of the healthy signs of a friendship. You know, loyalty is another one, is that they're really gonna just be there. That kind of goes along with prioritizing you as a loyalty, respect, trust. So you just wanna make sure that those things are there and that you're willing to offer those things as a friend to your friends. When a friendship does need to end, when you notice that you are not able to trust your friend and you're not able to get the respect that you deserve, and you address the issue, or that you feel like you're outgrowing the friendship and it's just time to kind of move on, there are things you need to deal with inside of yourself. And a lot of times it's difficult to let go of something that we're really comfortable with, especially when it's a long-term friendship, even if it's only a year or two. But, you know, these things happen. And sometimes it's a simple moving away. It doesn't mean the friendship has to end, but a lot of times it does happen. Or other times it's a complete difference in opinion or beliefs. I know that this past year, it's been pretty crazy how a lot of people have been divided, and unfortunately friendships have ended between people, and I've heard a lot about that. I don't think it's necessary, but it has happened, and I think that's a breakdown of respect, honestly, and I don't think it's necessary. I think we can respect each other with our differences. But when that does happen and you don't feel respected and the person crosses boundaries over and over again after being asked, then you just need to take a step back and understand that letting that person go is just gonna allow another individual to be able to come into your life. So it's really just making room for another person to come in. And whatever values you have in your life, then you're gonna draw someone that's in alignment with those values. It might take some time to heal. There's a grieving process for everything that is considered a loss, including a friend. So that's something to consider, and give yourself grace and give yourself time if you are grieving the loss of a friend. And it is okay to cry, it's okay to grieve. In fact, it's completely human and normal. So just know that sometimes friendships are only for a season, or they're for a reason. I think it's really important to live in a state of gratitude. Just because a friendship ends doesn't mean that it wasn't good. It doesn't mean that it's not something that should have been in our lives. I think we should be grateful for every single person that comes across our path, because they were there for a reason. They were there to teach us something and help us grow in a way that we couldn't have grown without them there. So there's no regret in having that friendship or that relationship. So just being grateful for that person and thankful that they were there to teach us, and saying, what can I learn from this situation? What did I learn from them? Look at all the great times we had together. Look at all the good that came from them and our times together. If you focus on that and you focus on the lessons and where you can move on from there, then you're gonna be in a much higher love state to move on to the next friendship. So now I'm going to share with you one of my very favorite products, and it is another makeup product. I have tried so many mascaras out there, and I will tell you, I do have eyelash extensions. You may have already figured that out. But I also use mascara on my lower lashes, and I've really found one that gives a lot of volume with just 1 or 2 coats. So it lasts forever, and it works on regular lashes really, really well. And then when my lashes are falling out, you know, at the end, right before my refill, I can put a little bit of this on and it fills them out. So it is Big Ego, and it's by Tarte, and you can really get it almost anywhere, but Ulta or Sephora or even Amazon, you can get it. And it has an amazing applicator that is really fluffy, and in the middle, it goes in the middle, so it kind of catches the lashes, and you can kind of rotate it around. I'm not gonna put it on the video, but it's really awesome. And it's not waterproof, but it's really water resistant. I say that because a lot of mascaras that aren't waterproof kind of fall out if you wear them for a long time, but this one does not. I used to only wear waterproof mascara, and then I've discovered some since that just have better formulas, and this one is one of them. Highly recommend it, and it really lasts a long time. Although you are supposed to trade out your mascaras every 3 months just because of bacteria, and you want to be safe around your eyes. And it's really good not to have waterproof if you don't need it, because that getting it off is difficult and it can cause more fine lines around your eyes. All right, so enjoy, and know that friendships come and go, and they're all a blessing, and every single person that comes in your life is a blessing to you. It doesn't matter if you know them for 5 minutes or 5 years or 5 decades. They are a blessing. Human interaction, we all need it. We thrive on it, and even things that we can perceive as negative can teach us just so many things about ourselves. So remember that, and go and be blessed.